All right, well, welcome to the June 25th, 2024 meeting of the Ann Arbor Parks Advisory Commission. This meeting is being conducted electronically and will be broadcast live on CTN Cable Channel 16 and online at a2gov.org/watchctn. To speak at the public comment, call toll-free 877-853-5247 or any of the other published numbers on the agenda and enter meeting ID 960-2086-1136. All right, so Remy, will you call the roll, please?
Absolutely. Commissioner Bush,
Present in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner Cavateo,
Present in Ypsilanti.
Commissioner Kraut. Not here yet. Commissioner Marson,
I'm here in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner O'Connell,
Here in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner Montague.
Here, and I'm actually in Ypsilanti right now.
All right. Commissioner Perlowski,
Here in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner Skiles,
Here in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner Smith,
Here in Ann Arbor.
Councilmember Rodino, Councilmember Watson,
Here in Ann Arbor.
and circling back, Commissioner Kraut.
Present from Ypsilanti.
You have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Got a lot of folks at Ypsilanti today. All right, next is approval of the agenda. Are there any changes to be made to the agenda today? All right, seeing none, I think we can approve it by unanimous consent. Which brings us to our first public comment section. So to speak at public comment, please follow the instructions to raise your hand and indicate that you would like to speak. We allow 3 minutes per speaker, and we do not respond in the moment to speakers, but we appreciate you taking the time to call in and share your thoughts with us. Do we have anyone on the line?
It appears we do.
Okay.
Miss Gabriella Rocha. Has been promoted.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Great. Hi, everyone. My name is Gabby, and I'm a resident of the Eber-White neighborhood. And today I'd like to talk about proposing a new dog park. In 2013, I know that you guys, the Parks Advisory Committee, performed a survey about dog parks in Ann Arbor with the results showing that it was completed mostly by individuals who lived in the west side of Ann Arbor, and that 70% of which were dog owners. 61% of them did not use a dog park, mainly because of distance to their home, as well as cleanliness of available parks. Ann Arbor currently has 3 dog parks, and of those 3, only one is within a 10-minute drive from the west side or Eber-White neighborhoods, which creates significant barriers to access. Public transportation is not a feasible option unless you have a service dog. 69% of the survey respondents said that they would use a dog park if it was within a quarter mile from their home. And the results of those surveys clearly showed a need for a dog park in the west side of Ann Arbor. The first location that really meets all of the criteria as outlined by the recommendations and guidelines for dog parks in Appendix 7 for the placement criteria is Victoria Park. It meets the size requirements at just under 5 acres, already has water access and parking available. The land is flat, and a dog park would not disturb any nearby nature areas. And there's already significant shade from mature trees and abundant flat land. Alternative locations do exist, but they score lower on the placement criteria. Overall, dogs, dog owners, and park attendees all deserve to have a safe and equitable place to just enjoy the outside and foster community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rocha. Just to clarify, which park did you?
Oh, Victoria Park, or Virginia, sorry, not Victoria.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sorry.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any other callers?
We have no other callers at this time.
All right. All right, then I think we can move on to approval of the minutes. Do we have any comments on the minutes or a motion to approve? I see Rachel, is that a motion? And Tisha is seconding that. You know what, I did notice one issue in the minutes that I think it was under business, item 8A, regular business. I think that item needs to be replaced with the Fair Food Network resolution that we passed last month. So I think I would request that we make that correction to the minutes. Otherwise, we have a motion to approve, a second by from Rachel, a second by Tisha. All in favor of the corrected minutes, please raise your hand or say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, the minutes are approved unanimously. Okay, next up then is looks like we have reports next. And so we'll start with Remy, I guess, with the manager's report.
Yeah. Afternoon, everyone. Good to see you all. For those of you that I haven't met by chance, I'm Remy Long. I'm one of the deputy managers with Parks and Rec, and I'm filling for Josh while he's out of town. So with that, I'll provide the manager's report. Very short and succinct, but on the Gallup Park Bridge replacement project, the bridge deck was poured on Monday night and last night, and will be curing over the next 4 weeks to reach its full strength. The initial wet cure, where everyone must stay off the bridge, will last into early next week. And with the holiday, we're not expecting much work on site during that time. So hoping still to have the bridge open to traffic this fall. The park's asset management plan, which you received a presentation on at a previous meeting, 1 or 2 meetings ago, has officially begun. A kickoff meeting between staff and OHM, the consultant retained by the city for this asset management plan, will be held on Friday, June 21st, and we're excited to get it underway. Over for the Barton Vandermeer Tunnel project, we've received 6 bid proposals and are in the process of evaluating them, and expect to return in July to you all requesting a recommendation. And then lastly, for the Border to Border Trail going through Barton Nature Area, the paving is underway. But note that the Oxbow Peninsula is closed to all pedestrians while that work is ongoing. And we've had some footprints in the wet concrete, indicating not all are abiding by that closure. So that's all we've got from the manager's side.
Thank you very much, Remy. Do we have any questions about that? I know it's I think there are a lot of impatient folks on that Border to Border Trail segment. I was just over there with a friend and a coworker, and was told, like, yeah, another couple weeks before it's completed, but it'll be, I'm sure folks will be pretty happy when that's done.
Yes.
All right. Okay, now on to our other committees, and I see Hannah, that you are here, and I'm wondering, is there an update on Rec and Ed?
There is. So we met in May. We had a presentation about Rec and Ed's before and after school care programs. Their good news to share is that they're adding 4 new before and after care sites in the fall, to Eberwhite, Bach, Logan, and Thurston. They're almost back to their pre-pandemic program numbers and just have 3 schools to go before they cover all the elementary schools. And then they were also able to decrease pricing for the program due to the expansion. So that's what we had for rec.
All right. That's really wonderful to hear that those recognize that after before and after is coming back. I don't have kids that age anymore, but I did quite a few years ago and really relied on that. So I know that's going to be
A lot of
popular.
demand, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Then I am responsible for the Environmental Commission. Let's see. At our last meeting, we had we passed a resolution on some changes to the street stormwater management guidelines. So we got that taken care of. We had a presentation on CAFOs, which are these concentrated animal feeding lots, operations, which aren't actually in Ann Arbor, but are in Michigan. So, and we elected a new chair of the Environmental Commission, Brooks Curtis. And I just want to throw out there once again that if anybody is has any kind of interest in the Environmental Commission and would like to serve as the liaison between parks and environmental, please feel free to reach out to me because I'd be happy to hand that off.
Be careful about Deborah.
Sorry, what was that?
I think that was an unmuted situation.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So I think we're moving on then to our regular business, and we have one item today, and that's a resolution for Mary Beth Doyle Park lease. And so we have where'd you go, Jennifer? We have Jennifer Lawson from the city to introduce this resolution.
Hi all. I'm not sure how many of you are have met me. I recognize a few of the names. I'm actually in the public services area in the systems planning unit. I am the water quality manager, water resources manager. I'm responsible for capital planning and asset management for water utilities, drinking water, stormwater, sanitary sewer, and regulatory compliance. It sounds way more interesting than it really is. Actually, I said that backwards. It is more interesting than it really sounds. But today I have some paperwork essentially in front of you. I am going to share my screen just so we can have some context. Pardon me as I click through here. All right. Please let me know if you can see my screen. It's a aerial photo of Mary Beth Doyle. Cool.
Yes, I can see that.
Thank you. So there are several parcel lines, and I'm not sure if any of you were aware of this, but the city actually only owns this tiny little parcel over here. The rest of the park is owned by the Washtenaw County Water Resource Commissioner's Office, and has been owned by that drain district or the Water Resource Commissioner's Office since the 70s. Back in the 70s, there was a lease agreement to the city so the city could utilize the property as a park for the grand total of $1. That lease extended about 25 years, and there was a holdover clause in it. At this time, we need to renew that lease for another 25 years for the grand total of $1. That's not $1 a year, that's $1 for the entire 25-year period. Currently on the park, there's active recreation, there's disc golf. There is a large stormwater feature that the stormwater utility pays for maintenance of, and that's that large pond sort of onto the north of the property. But otherwise, we are just looking for approval to, or resolution, I should say, to approve the resolution to enter into a lease agreement with the county for the use of that property. I'm gonna stop sharing, and I do see a hand up.
Yeah.
I'll
Please go
just
ahead.
be ready to make I had no idea, Jennifer. That's kind of cool, actually. I'll be ready to make a motion if people are ready, but there may be questions.
Yeah, do we have any questions? I just had one, which is, I assume that it's Ann Arbor Parks that have put most of the parks amenities into that park, is that right? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And we maintain it and we operate it out of the parks monies. I'm not sure where you guys fund it. I'm assuming millage.
Yeah, I think between the general fund and village.
Yeah.
Mhm. Depending on what needs to be done there. Okay, yes, well, do we have a motion? Ruth, should we,
Oh, let's try and put one together because I don't think there's one on there, but I move that we continue or extend the agreement with the Drain Commission for the next 25 years for $1.
Yeah.
Does that satisfy?
yeah, we actually do
Remy?
have.
Oh,
there
is it
part of,
there?
Yeah, there is one attached. There's a resolution attached to the agenda.
Okay. Well, I
for yours.
move that we follow that resolution.
Yeah. And do I have a second? Thanks, Vince. I saw you first. Any discussion? All right, hearing none. All in favor of approving the resolution as written, please say aye or raise your
Aye.
hand. Any opposed? All right, motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much, Jennifer.
Oh, I will
Short and
work with
sweet.
Remy to bring it to council. Remy, you and Josh will bring this to council, and then we'll take care of paperwork and we can continue for the next 25 years.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks all.
All right, that brings us to the second public comment period. And once again, please, if you wish to speak, follow the instructions to raise your hand and indicate that you would like to speak. We allow 3 minutes per speaker. We do not respond in the moment to speakers, but we appreciate you taking the time to call and share your thoughts with us. Do we have any callers on the line?
Possibly, I do see one caller that's called in. Caller with phone number ending in 242. Would you like to speak for public commentary? You are muted.
Sounds like.
I'm going to say we do not have any additional callers.
All right. All right. All right, so that, yeah, if we have no other callers, then you have communications in our packet for everybody to review. And I just wanted to ask one thing is, if anybody knows what their schedule looks like for July, if you know that you will not be able to make the meeting, it's always a good idea to let us know as soon as possible. Just because I know sometimes it's hard to gather everybody in the month of July. And I think our meeting is on, I want to say July 17th. And I'll just verify that real quick.
16.
July 16th. There we go. All right. But with that, we have no further items on the agenda. And so we stand adjourned. And thank you, everybody. 20 minutes might be a record. I don't know.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye.
All right. See you all next month.